The Straight Talking Doctor Podcast is a show dedicated to lifting the lid on mental health. My name is Dr. Mark Cox, and my conversations with inspiring guests aim to shine a light into all areas of wellness to help empower you with the tools you need to improve your health and happiness.
Have a connection with someone. Go to lunch with someone. And some people say, I'm too anxious to do that. I'm too socially anxious. Expose yourself to those situations. If you're scared of walking across 3 drains because you think the world's going to end, walk across the 3 drains and see if nothing happens. And I promise you, the more exposure you give to yourself, the easier it will come.
When I got help, it wasn't actually to help myself. It was because I was worried that I wasn't looking after my patients well enough and I wasn't doing the best job for them.
Fast forward 3 or 4 hours, I'm laying in a hospital bed with a consultant stood over me, telling me that I've got anemia, and he was also pretty sure I had leukemia as well.
The funny thing is with mental health is that it can manifest itself in so many different ways, and it can cause so many different reactions in so many different ways depending on their personalities.
Even if someone can feel that someone cares and is interested and wants to talk when they're ready, that in itself can make a huge difference.
There was a point when there was only 2 people living in that hospital and we had so many empty beds. And like nowadays, we would never see that in reality for mental health services.
If you're someone close to you is a gambling addict, you're going to need help as well, because you need to know triggers, you need to know signs, you need to know how to deal with your emotions, because you're always, as a gambling addict, you lean on that person a lot.
The effects, they say, in terms of like reduced oxygen supply to the brain from some of these poor breathing patterns that happen, can last for years if you don't do anything about it after a concussion. And it might just start small, but it ends up being a snowball effect, so it just gradually gets larger.
I guess my first bit of practical advice here would be to not be afraid of broaching it. You know, don't be afraid of asking or putting that flare out to see how someone's doing.
We are living in a mental health crisis, and it's never been more important to talk about these kind of subjects. Please don't hesitate to contact me at The Straight Talking Doctor on Instagram, and be sure to check out the Straight Talking Doctor podcast, available now on all streaming platforms.